So what we got to do next, fans, is get as much gas out of this as we can. I didn't have the right lug nuts. Somehow I got the wrong lug nuts. I don't know what happened to the original lug nuts. So I ordered some. They're half by 20s. And I got the nice acorny kind of nuts. All right. So what we're going to do is start working on changing the fuel line. So we're going to siphon out gravity does the work. As long as the fluid in the tank is higher than the end of the pipe that you've got all the air sucked out of, the weight of the falling fuel will just continue to pull it out. That's a good 90 ethanol free. It's a year old, but that don't hurt nothing. There is a drain hole in the bottom of this tank too, so I can put a step ladder or something under it and put the funnel into it and pull the nut. I have no idea why I don't have the right lug nut for this. I looked for another bucket full, couldn't find any. All right, going up. All right, so we're now back under the car, and ow, god darn it. Boy, those corners are sharp. These are those pinchy fuel clamps. And if it's not empty, I'll get gas all over. I got my ever popular Harbor Freight fuel line. Yep. So she is not empty. I'm gonna have to see if I can get it out of this drain hole over here. There's a little gas in there, see it running in my armpit? How much fun is that? Right, a fire extinguisher out here? All right, we got the gas tank set up here on a step ladder, so she's just running into the tank now. She's almost drained. I took another gas shower, so that was a hoot. Yeah. I opened up the door here so that I can let the fumes out. I don't blow myself up. And we're gonna spill some gas because we gotta take this whole line out all the way. And man, I'm just a little bit too tall. Alrighty. I always like to save these little clips. They're good. Ow! And snappy. Alright. I think I'm gonna let that finish draining as much as it's gonna drain. We're not in the way. And let's look at these clamps that they used. I saw one guy say you just squeeze them and pull them out. But of course, it's right in the way here. Okay, well, it's unhooked. That's a good thing. And that comes all the way down to there. Okay, so what I gotta do is I gotta get a BB blaster. Follow all the nuts, they're all 1/2 inch. So I got one up in there. Don't fall on my head, Mustang. Okay. It's really, really crusty. All right. See if that's better. Oh, that's much better. Better. Not super corroded looking, truthfully. Just some scale built up around it. Maybe I can get that over the top of that. I don't know. There we go. Next is this, right where the lift point is. You notice there's like this reinforced plate. If I can get you up there so you're not swamped out with the light. See that thing here? I'm going to swing this aside. There's this plate that goes right across here where it's lowest to the ground to protect this from getting crushed. So I'm going to have to get a wobble to get the other two out, but I think we can get them out. Boy, they don't make hardware like they used to. Look at that. A little dust and crud on it. Threads are perfect. We'll clean them up a little bit. I'm going to get a little wobble extension here. Fit up in there, I think. Oh yeah. Cake. Go back in. I'm trying to get this out without breaking it. There it comes. I'm going back in again. It's getting kind of sticky. Let me hit that with a blaster. If I left it here somewhere. Squirt that blaster up in there, maybe it'll land on top of those, huh? Maybe. Spread some up in there by driving the screw threads covered with blaster up in there, see? There she comes, just like a champ. Oh, that's full of sand. Oh, you know, there's a hole right here. So road sand and salt has gotten up in there over the years. Okay, that one's going to have to be an open and wrench. just can't get. I will get by. There's like sheet metal screws sticking down through too. That's always fun. I really want to rip myself on that. Did you have any doubts? It would be 5/16. And we're gonna have to clean that out because she's full of crud. And I'm gonna wire brush these bolts and we'll just use them again. They'll be fine. All right. Now there's nothing along the side here until we get up to that one. Where is he? That one right there. All right. So, spin these around. We get our wrench. I got my pliers to cut the son of a bitch. And these look perfectly fine. To hold these clips for another 50 years. So there you go. Now we're going to get some gas out of here, of course. I'm going to grab the box with the paper towels in it. Now this, I saw a video online and somebody was changing the fuel lines, but they didn't really show much about changing the fuel line. Not putting them down, just the way it was. And I also bought a compression fitting for a 3/8 line to go here. Now I'm just going to cut this. And see, it all goes in to my cardboard box with the paper towel in it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I guess it's just going to have to evaporate. Because that's just the way it is. Okay, so how does this line come in now? We will survive. The problem is there's a sway bar under here too that I added. So that comes over there. Well, that one is out. Now the hard part is getting the new one snaked back in, and I was thinking I should tape up the ends of it. All right, ends are plugged. Let's see if we can finagle this stupid thing back up in there. Well, what's about the stupidest thing I ever heard? Yeah. It's stainless. So we got to go up and over the brake cable. through there. And I'm not a brake cable. Lights in the way. Oh, yeah. No! It's not fun. Gotta bend it a little bit. That's all there is to it. Alright, we're getting there. Has to come up over this cable. I'm gonna go get my pipe bender. That fuel line's ugly, but it's going in. All right, so I'm gonna grind away on this for a while. So we'll come back. Alrighty, I'm putting that protector plate back in. I'm putting some anti-seize. Anti-seize. Oh, there it is, right there. On the bolts, I got the first one started. That'll lubricate and it'll help a little bit to keep them from rusting in the future. I mean, I did have to bend it quite a bit to get it up and under there. But there's a strap up in there. I know I'm gonna cut my head on this friggin' thing. I just know it. are starting to get tight. Alright. So now, this guy has got to down some so we can get up behind there. And this guy's got to bend down some. This little bastard. Got to pull up and around it. I'm going to go around, put some self-tampers and more clamps on these. Because I don't trust these ones that I've worked hard. There's just a little strap that they say if you pull it, twist it. Hey, there we go. We got her. All right. The hard part is done. So we're up here where it comes through. I don't know what you would call this chamber anyway off because it's a convertible. So this goes outside to stay away from the headers and everything too. So the fuel line doesn't go near the heat of anything. That's good. I need to get some of those metal straps that have the, that have the little rubber liner in it. And put a couple of them in here. See if we can get that other line off and get it out. I gotta grab close here. These pliers I bought at Harbor Freight are pretty cool actually. You just twist and pull. And it'll pull it right off the line. There you go. Well, that's it for tonight, folks. I got the new 3/8 line ran over here precariously up through the frame by the wheel, down around under the protector. I got to get some more clips for over here. And there's a clip there. So we're going to take this out. I've got a new fitting coming. That's a compression fitting that I'm going to butt those together with. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. All right. Quick before the furnace starts, I turned it back on. I just got back out here to the barn. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to put clamps on the fuel line. I'm going to take out the electric fuel pump from the front. So I've got to drop the car down. My coupling, my compression coupling for the butt end of this line here that we talked about, that's coming today. I'm going to need a whiz wheel or something to cut it off nice and square and then run the second piece up into the engine. And then from there we're just going to hook up straight up to the fuel filter and regulator. And then some of the lines that come off from there are going to come back here. And I'm going to mount, wait, there's bolt holes. There should be screws in there holding the gas tank. But if I put bolts up through there and I make a bracket, I can put my fuel pump right here. And I bought grommets so we can put the screws through grommets. And that will keep it from buzzing and humming through the whole thing. And then I got to plumb out of this and back into that. I'm going to run a line down through here somewhere. Somewhere there's, see, there's a grommet here for the wire to the fuel sending unit. I got to figure out what's the best way to get down through here. The worst case is I'll drill a hole or something up here, or even right up here, and come through. I just got to find a way to sneak a wire back here. And I want one to go to the brake lights too, so I need to go into the trunk to do the brake lights. All right, furnace is running. I'm going to get myself set up. All right. All right, well, you just missed me putting that in. I used, this is a 3/8 plug, square drive. And what I did is I got out my 8.38 socket, which is designed for square plugs, and tightened that in nice and snug with blue tape on it, which says it's good for petroleum distillates, aka gasoline items, gasoline and oil. I couldn't find my yellow because I didn't want to use this fresh roll, but it's what I could find, so it's getting done. Well, you can't really see very good, so you're not going to be able to see much, but there's a fuel pump that is mounted right on the rail right down there. Right down there with an input filter. You can see the line looping around that comes out of the fuel line into the fuel pump, out of that fuel pump, and up to the fuel filter. If I can get past these tires. Yeah, up to the fuel filter, up to the pressure regulator, and across to the carb. So all we're going to do is we're going to take that fuel pump out. We're going to take that short line and probably put it on the fuel line, the fuel filter right there. The new line is going to come through where the old one was. And we'll just loop a short fuel line into that. For now, this is before I'm thinking of putting fuel injection in this, and it'll need high pressure fuel anyway. That's why I put the 3/8 line in the compression fittings. So, okay. I gotta snip the wires, of course. Didn't bring anything to snip with. There's no power to it, otherwise it would be running. So, I'm gonna snip the wire off it, because we're gonna pull that wire out. I need a straight screwdriver to unscrew everything. The line, I got my double lights on, so don't laugh. That's the line that's 5/16, and this is 3/8 hose. And it's straight on the end. So we're just going to loosen them up well. See, that's just a suction line anyway, so it did have a bead on the end, so it couldn't come off. All right. And we're going to disconnect this one here from the fuel filter, which is the proper size. And I used Scott Drake stainless lines. And he's just grounded under the mounting screw. So he's disconnected totally. We're done up here other than taking those screws out. So I gotta find, I put these in with self-tappers. But they're coming out, all right. That one's tight. Deal with these things underneath around my neck. Ugh. You're gonna have to find a socket for that. That looks about like, I don't know, 7/16 or put them on the wangle machine here. Whoops. Out she comes. Just baby you guys, don't get in there like a friggin' bull in a china closet and just reef everything as hard as you can, going in or out. Now that's a nice self-tapper. I really could use that again if I need to. All right. And out comes Mr. Harley pump. I'm going to try to dump what fuel is in this into the fuel can that I got back here. So what I want to do is I'm going to mount a plate that has an angle bend on it that sticks down, that mounts up through the floor. Well, I see right here there's like 2/4 inch holes. And it's off to this side of the gas tank is what I want. So I'm going to make the plate that big. I can drill new holes. And mount my little plate hanging down. Now it gives me a reference of where the edge of the gas tank is. The gas tank looks fabulous. I just have to fix this one little edge where it's rusted. But it's solid all the way around, so it ain't going nowhere. Just the passenger side by where the tire tie down is for the spare. I'm going to throw in my small hydraulic jack for the trip and a jack stand. All right, I got to go back in. I'll be back. Duh, I have a grinder right here. And I'm just touching this at a steep angle, but lightly. Get that burr off. I gotta just ream the inside of it a little bit with something sharp, like a utility knife. All right, well, I got that pipe cut nice. I checked the fitting, it seems good. I guess we're gonna have to let the car back down, or no, I'm gonna have to cut that off over there. This guy's just set up in here. And I'm gonna bring him down. I've got this special cutter that I got when and it's got like grooves in it that might bypass where that indent is. No. Maybe. I'm not sure that this will cut it square. Maybe it will. This is made for cutting stainless, this special $45 cutter that I bought. And it seems to be doing the job. It's not walking. Sometimes if you get it cockeyed, it will make just like screw threads. There we go. I don't need to do anything to that. All right. So now I gotta get this tire ripped back off. Bring her back down here to normal height. Not get you crushed. And so now I'm ripping out these mounting bolts. Brackets, scoops, straps. I thought I soaked these once before. Oops. All right. Bing, bang, boom. All right. Now, this should just be laying there. Perfect. Yunkers. As you can see how bent up that is. I don't know if that goes there or if that's going to go up higher. Let's take a look. How big does that hole seem to be? I got grommets, damn it. And I'm hoping that there's one in here that fits. And it kind of looks, because I want to use some of these under the screws. But these guys look ideal. And I think they are. So if I work that up into that hole, it's awful thick metal though, and these are for thinner. I'm hoping I can get it on there though. Doesn't rate my light. There we go. And I'm sure you can't see what I'm doing. But I can't get in there with you in the camera. I'm trying to get it in that hole right there. Okay? I am gonna go get the wire brush and see if I can clean some of that stuff off and make it easier to fit in there. I'd like to put rubber around it so it ain't bouncing around. It's a nasty hole. I think it's going on. Let me get something to push it around. See, that one's hidden up in there. Drop these grommets all over the place. And my bolts. So I'm not going to be able to get the stinking thing in here. Let's see if I can get this out here. It's kind of beaded over on purpose. I suppose I could RTV it in place or something. Oh, that's a big hole. Maybe a bigger grommet. Ah, this one is too big. And they're only made for thin sheet metal, not thick sheet metal. So I may just have to slide a piece of, I've got the old fuel line here. It knocked that grommet right out too. I'm trying to decide if that's the gas grommet right there. Let's take it away up here. Like that. Here, we'll put the grommet on this one first. That's all right, just like that. How much do we come past here? Oh, look at that. Comes right together, perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that one strap back on here. I'm gonna have to re-drill the other one. I'm gonna have to hammer this over a 3/8 drill bit so that it's big enough. Crush it. But I'm gonna put that guy right up there. Like I said, I just reformed this to 3/8 by putting it over a drill bit. All right. And it's up through the grommet here. So that's good. So what I gotta do back here is I need to get that coupling together. So I'm gonna have to go find some open end wrenches here that fit that perfectly. I got two that fit. These are my grandpa's old original get this guy out of here. Oh, where are you, Jackie? Jackie? Jackie Hammy. All right. All right. So I'm putting that coupling that way. All right. And I got these two really, really good open end wrenches. And I gotta make sure these get shoved together really good. Any gas pipe, I'll tell you, opposing wrenches. Well, we'll soon know if this leaks. Now, I get that there, and I move that one up. That won't even touch the hole there. And if I get the grommet on this other side worked in with a screwdriver, I'm gonna be having fun doing all this dick-dacking back and forth. No, I didn't think so. Dicky-dacking. That's what that's called. Those are some awesome wrenches right there. Those are my grandfather's. Okay. He hated Fords. He hated Fords. I think that's the trick. Right there, guys. And the other end, kind of, are those bolts self-tappers? Not really. I could almost drive this into that hole. All right. Now we want to get 2 of these straps. On that line over there. As soon as I get the fuel line hooked up, I can, let's see, now we're gonna be able to get that along the edge right there. I want one right here on the corner. And I want one back here. That one's gonna have to go inboard. That one's going inboard too, maybe. I don't know. That one's going right there. Let me just move this guy right here and see if it makes any difference. Exactly what I wanted. And I gotta turn this one around. Because I think I'm putting him right there. What do you think? I think it's awesome. That's what I think. Just don't wear bare feet, you might step on something here. Yeah. Come on, there we go. There. I'm going to cut a piece of fuel line and shove it over there in that hole. Then I got to go in and cook my wife's dinner. It's actually, Mother's Day today. I probably should make some sort of showing. You can't see the hole because it's in the shadows. But I'm going to try. To work a piece of this around that and into that hole, she said. I'm just too tall to work under these damn cars. Well, I think it's through the hole anyway. There we go. It's sitting on the edge and the bottom anyway. That's all that matters. All right. I gotta get cleaned up and go in and take care of my lovely wife.